All right, listen up. We all think intelligence is about IQ scores, academic degrees, or solving complex math problems. But what if I told you your brain is quietly getting less intelligent every single day, not because of some grand failure, but because of the seemingly innocent, tiny habits you repeat? Even worse, these habits aren't just making you seem less sharp, they're actually rewiring your brain to be dumber over time. If you're ready to unmask these cognitive culprits and finally reclaim your mental edge, stay with me. This isn't just theory, this is about transforming your daily life. First up, let's talk about magical thinking. This is more common than you'd believe. We're talking about that lucky shirt you wear for an important meeting, avoiding sidewalk cracks, or thinking a specific ritual before a game will guarantee a win. Your brain, in its eagerness to find patterns, often confuses coincidence with causation. It's a cognitive bias, what psychologists call illusory correlation, where you see connections that simply aren't there. I once wore a specific tie to every job interview for a year, convinced it was my lucky charm. Guess what? I still got rejected from half of them because my preparation was lacking, not my tie's magical powers. We outsource our logic to superstitions instead of asking the fundamental question, what's the actual evidence? This habit chips away at your critical thinking, making you less equipped to solve real-world problems. The brain hack? Challenge your luck. Next time you feel that pull towards a superstition, pause and ask, what's the actual data backing this up? Force your brain to look for tangible proof, not magical thinking.
Next, chronic sleep neglect. In the hustle culture prevalent across America, bragging about how little sleep you get has almost become a badge of honor. But let me be blunt, consistently skimping on sleep is like intentionally making your brain function on par with someone who's legally drunk. It demolishes your memory, attention span, and decision-making capabilities. Studies show that a single night of poor sleep can impair your cognitive function as much as having a blood alcohol content of 0.1%. Think about that. You're voluntarily operating at a significant mental disadvantage. Truly intelligent individuals understand sleep isn't a luxury, it's a foundational pillar of cognitive health. The brain hack? Prioritize sleep power. Set a consistent sleep schedule, even on weekends. Create a calming pre-sleep routine. Treat sleep like a non-negotiable meeting with your brain, because it is.
Then there's avoiding time alone. Does the mere thought of silence send you scrambling for your phone? Do you feel an urgent need for constant distraction, always scrolling, always connected? This fear of being alone with your thoughts is a red flag. It often signals an avoidance of unresolved emotions or anxieties simmering beneath the surface. We've become so addicted to external validation and dopamine hits from our devices that the idea of introspection feels almost terrifying. But here's the kicker. Intelligent people thrive in solitude. They use it as a powerful tool for reflection, problem-solving, and personal growth. The brain hack? Schedule solitude. Start small. Can you sit for just 10 minutes without touching your phone? Go for a walk without earbuds. Try a quick 5-minute journaling session. Be honest, when was the last time you truly sat with yourself for 10 minutes without your phone? Let us know in the comments below. Moving on to living on small talk. You can talk for hours, right? About the weather, celebrity gossip, and the latest viral meme. But when was the last time you had a conversation that truly made you think, challenged your perspective, or deepened a connection? People stuck in small talk often lack what psychologists call a high need for cognition, a genuine curiosity for understanding complex ideas. This habit suffocates genuine connection, limits your worldview, and prevents you from learning from others. Deep conversations are where real growth happens. They build meaningful relationships, expand your knowledge, and sharpen your critical thinking skills. The brain hack? Elevate your conversations. Go beyond the superficial. Use open-ended questions like, what's really exciting you lately? Or what's something new you've learned recently? Listen to understand, not just to reply. Next, confidence without content. You know this person, the loudest voice in the room, pontificating like an expert on every topic, yet their arguments are paper-thin, lacking substance or real knowledge. This is a classic example of the Dunning-Kruger effect, where individuals with low ability at a task overestimate their own ability. They mistake bravado for brilliance.
True intelligence, on the other hand, is characterized by intellectual humility, the willingness to admit "I don't know," and a genuine desire to learn. The loudest voices are often the emptiest. The brain hack? Embrace intellectual humility. Before speaking, ask yourself, do I have sufficient knowledge to contribute meaningfully? If not, embrace the opportunity to listen and learn. Practice saying, "That's an interesting point, I hadn't considered that." Or, "I'm not familiar with that, can you tell me more?"
Then we have blindly following instructions. This habit turns you into a robot, following rules or procedures just because that's how it's always been done, even when logic screams for an alternative. It's mental laziness. Whether it's a complicated user manual, a strict recipe, or an outdated company policy, an unintelligent habit is to adhere to it rigidly without questioning its efficiency or relevance. Intelligent individuals adapt. They ask, is there a better, smarter way, when reality doesn't quite fit the rulebook? Don't let rules become mental prisons. The brain hack? Question the why. Always ask, why are we doing it this way? And what would happen if we tried something different? Develop your problem-solving muscle by looking for improvements, not just compliance.
Another red flag, falling for conspiracies. From flat earth theories to microchips and vaccines, conspiracy theories offer seductive, simple answers to complex, often uncomfortable problems. Our brains, eager to conserve energy, sometimes take these cognitive shortcuts, preferring a compelling narrative over inconvenient truths and scientific evidence. They prey on our desire for control and understanding in an uncertain world. But succumbing to them dulls your ability to discern credible sources, evaluate evidence, and engage in critical analysis. The brain hack? Fact-check everything. Cultivate a healthy skepticism. Actively seek out multiple, reliable sources, especially from different perspectives. Develop your ability to identify logical fallacies and misinformation. The truth is often more nuanced than a gripping story.
This leads us directly to rigid thinking. This is the stubborn refusal to change your mind, to dismiss new ideas simply because they challenge your existing worldview. That's just how things are, or "we've always done it this way" become your mental mantra. It's a lack of mental flexibility, a fear of stepping outside your comfort zone. The world is constantly evolving, and so should your thinking. I once stubbornly clung to an old software program because it worked for me, only to waste countless hours when a new, more efficient tool could have saved me. This habit stunts personal and professional growth. The brain hack? Embrace discomfort. Actively seek out new perspectives, even those that contradict your own. Read books outside your usual genre. Engage in respectful debates. Small experiments, big learnings.
Then there's instant gratification. We're talking endless doom scrolling, mindless snacking, and constant swiping for the next dopamine hit. Remember the famous marshmallow test? It demonstrated that the ability to delay gratification is a powerful predictor of success. In our hyper-connected world, our brains are constantly being trained to avoid effort and demand immediate rewards. This habit kills patience, sabotages long-term goals, and rewires your brain to crave constant stimulation, making deep work or sustained focus incredibly challenging. The brain hack? Exercise your delay gratification muscle. Consciously resist that immediate urge. Set small, achievable goals that require delayed rewards. For instance, finish a task before checking your phone, or save for a larger purchase instead of buying on impulse.
Next, poor listening habits. Do you frequently interrupt, nod along while your mind is already formulating your next brilliant point? Poor listening isn't just rude, it's a significant indicator of lower intelligence. When you're not truly listening, you're missing crucial information, nuances, and perspectives. You're denying your brain the opportunity to process new angles, expand its understanding, and build stronger connections. This habit not only damages your relationships, but severely limits your capacity for empathy and effective communication. The brain hack? Practice active listening. Listen to understand, not just to respond. Make eye contact, ask clarifying questions, and try to rephrase what you hear to ensure you've truly grasped the message before offering your own thoughts. This leads us to reflex, rejection, and dismissal. That's stupid. That'll never work. What a dumb idea. These are automatic, almost subconscious reactions to anything new, challenging, or outside your existing mental framework. It's a lazy brain's defense mechanism to avoid the effort of genuine consideration. By reflexively dismissing new ideas, you're slamming the door shut on innovation, growth, and potentially groundbreaking opportunities. You're intellectually shutting down. Intelligent people explore ideas before they judge them. The brain hack: curiosity over judgment. Before you dismiss an idea, try this. For 5 seconds, genuinely ask yourself, what if this could be true? How could this work? Open your mind even slightly, and you might surprise yourself.
Finally, doom scrolling and consumption addiction. We're talking about losing hours every day to the endless scroll of social media, binge-watching shows, or passively consuming content without engagement. This constant, uncritical intake of information literally fries your focus and rewires your brain to crave fragmented dopamine hits. A typical American adult spends several hours daily glued to screens, often leading to decreased concentration, heightened anxiety, and a numbing of your creative faculties. It turns your brain into a passive sponge rather than an active processor. The brain hack: intentional screen time. Set strict limits. Replace passive consumption with active learning. Read a book, learn a new skill, engage in a hobby. Treat your screen time like a meal. Choose nutritious, engaging content and know when to stop.
So remember this: intelligence isn't some fixed trait you're born with. It's a muscle, meticulously built or tragically neglected every single day through these invisible habits. You have the power to change this. By recognizing and dismantling these intelligence-sabotaging routines, you're not just upgrading your mind, you're actively rewiring your life for sharper thinking, greater confidence, and deeper, more meaningful connections. If you're ready to truly brain hack your way to a more intelligent, insightful, and impactful life and uncover more brutal psychological truths nobody else tells you, then make sure to subscribe to this channel right now. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into the mysteries of the mind. Let's unlock your full potential together.